And good morning. Yes, it is March the 13th. This is the Guy R. Cook Report, so I must be Guy Cook. Oh, okay. That makes sense. The show notes, like I tell you every episode, if you go to the Guy R. Cook Report.podbean.com, the Guy R. Cook Report questions that we asked will be there, along with our link to our show notes, which we're going to discuss right now. In the weekend's research for looking at things to do for the show, one of the posts I read was from a great blog at Marketing Media. They're a digital marketing agency in Brisbane, Australia. They do web design, they do social media, and they wrote a post about building brands on Instagram. And that link is in the show notes. And they said Instagram can be a highly targeted visual advertising channel for your brand. And that's what we want, right? In a recent study, it was discovered that Instagram provides brands with 25% more engagement than other social media platforms. So if you get more with Instagram, why would you use the other ones at all? No, that depends on your targeting audience and other things. But basically, we need to give Instagram a go if we're not doing it now. So if you want to build awareness, visually entice people, like my goal is to have patrons of the podcast, and I have that link on the show notes down here on the side. But scrolling down, featured in the resource that they've written, Understanding Photos Within Instagram. I learned some things there. Yes, so photographs. This is what we did with photographs. There's the heading in your profile. My username, of course, in Instagram is Guy R. Cook. And if I click this image here, which I just did to test the landscape view of the image, so when they actually go to your link, they'll see a picture that looks like this. And this is the new header I'm going to use for the Guy R. Cook Report. So what better place to test it than, in fact, the resizer for Instagram. And there you have it. Composition and editing, big brands, success stories, some of the bigger brands in the internet world, and how they're using Instagram. Understanding videos. You didn't know you had videos, eh? I didn't know all the things I learned from reading this. The Instagram ancillary features, Boomerang is one of those. Understanding text within Instagram, direct marketing, or direct messaging, and sharing. You can send it, just like you can do a DM with Twitter, you can do a DM with Instagram. And they sell ads on Instagram. I think that everybody eventually, if they're not doing it now, they soon will be selling ads. And if you're that far down in the show notes, take a look at the Guy R. Cook Report questions. The Guy R. Cook Report questions is to help you increase your brand's transparency. The facts are all there in that link. Just go to that, check out the little icon there. It says Start Here Planning Session Guide. Give yourself I guess you'd call it a batch of brain food, some thoughts to have if you're planning that new landing page, planning that new web presence, the start over redesign of the website. Some questions to ask in that planning session guide that are going to be good ideas, good things to think about. I invite you once again, the shameless plug here, be my patron on Podbean. If you would click on that link, it helps us get going and pay the bills. Thanks to everybody that's being a patron. We thank each and every patron for their support, and we're doing that right now. We want to thank Fraser Ramsey at Edinburgh Dusters, Eileen Smith from Basic Blog Tips, because she's the one that told us about Screencast-O-Matic, who we first started recording this show with. And, of course, our friends at Friends Just Chatting. It's a group on Facebook that they started with this Friends Just Chatting back in the Blab days. If you've been streaming and media anytime at all, you remember that name about a year ago. They're still alive and well. And give them a look, give them a go. Scrolling down the show notes, you can see you can Follow the feed on Podbean, on Spreaker. We're on iTunes because we're on Podbean. We get to be on iTunes. The YouTube channel, which we've just upgraded recently to just be youtube.com/WhackGuyOrCook. Pretty easy to remember that way, because sometimes I have to remember. The evaluation question link is there. If you liked what you heard, there's some things we ask you about evaluating it, and it's not a big, long 35-minute survey. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter if you would. Sign up for the newsletter. Join us on this Fire Talk channel. And on that note, I think I got it done. Oftentimes in Kelvin, I would say, did I forget anything? And he would say, no, you've done a great job. We'll see you tomorrow. And so on that note, we'll see you tomorrow. It's a wrap.